Have you ever wondered how we measure a country's development? It's not just about how rich it is, though money certainly plays a role. Development is a multidimensional concept, and we can measure it using various indicators, including economic, social, political, and demographic factors. Let's start with economic indicators. These include statistics like GDP per capita, which tells us the average income of a person in a country. Generally, the higher the GDP per capita, the more developed a country is thought to be. But economic strength isn't everything. Social indicators such as literacy rates and political indicators like levels of corruption also paint a vivid picture of development. That's why many experts prefer more holistic measures, such as the Human Development Index, or HDI. The HDI combines 4 key indicators: life expectancy, literacy, average years of schooling, and GDP per capita. By blending these elements, we get a broader, more accurate understanding of how well people in a country are living. As a country becomes wealthier, improvements in education, healthcare, and infrastructure tend to follow. For example, an increase in GDP per capita often leads to greater investment in schools, boosting literacy rates. Similarly, better healthcare leads to longer life expectancy. So, development indicators are deeply interconnected. Demographic indicators like birth rates, fertility rates, and gender equality also offer insights. Take Malawi, for instance. It has a high fertility rate, largely due to poverty and low school attendance among adolescent girls. As a result, girls tend to marry and have children young, limiting their opportunities and slowing national development. Globally, there's a stark inequality in development. In 1980, the Brandt Report split the world into rich, industrialized nations in the north and poorer countries in the south, what we call HICs and LICs. Countries like Brazil, India, and Singapore have become MICs, NICs, or RICs, each showing strong progress. To understand how countries develop, we can look at Rostow's model, which outlines 5 stages of economic growth. It starts with traditional subsistence economies like Malawi, moves through industrial takeoff, and ends in societies like the UK, where most people work in services and enjoy a wide range of consumer goods. However, not everyone agrees with Rostow. Frank's dependency theory argues that rich countries, the core, develop by exploiting the poorer, peripheral countries, which supply raw materials but remain dependent and underdeveloped. Development is also affected by physical factors. Extreme climates, like those in the Sahel region of Africa, make farming difficult and lead to food shortages. Natural hazards such as earthquakes, floods, and typhoons, as seen in Haiti, Mozambique, and the Philippines, can also destroy infrastructure and stall progress. Lack of natural resources, poor soil, or endemic diseases such as malaria and AIDS can significantly hold back development. In fact, it's estimated that AIDS alone set back Zambia's development by 10 years. Human factors also play a vital role. Countries with fast-growing populations may struggle to provide enough jobs, housing, or schools, spreading resources too thinly. Meanwhile, those with low levels of industrialization often rely on low-paid, insecure work in the primary sector. The wealth they generate often flows out of the country, especially when dominated by multinational corporations. But development is possible. Countries like Singapore, with strategic locations, open markets, and skilled workforces, have transformed into thriving tiger economies. China has rapidly industrialized, attracting foreign investment and lifting millions out of poverty. Finally, politics can either support or hinder development. Stable democratic governments tend to attract investment and encourage growth. But where there's corruption, dictatorship, or civil war, like in parts of Africa, development is often stalled or even reversed. In the 1960s, many African nations could feed themselves. Now, food insecurity is common, largely due to conflict and poor governance. So development is a complex puzzle. It's shaped by wealth, yes, but also by education, health, politics, geography, and more. Understanding it is the first step toward creating a fairer, more equal world. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.